Hello, I'm Kelly Jansen, and I'm going to teach you how to shingle. All my knowledge comes from Robert Shipper, who owns Robert Shipper Construction LLC out of Kesley, Iowa. I also got some information from WikiHow, howtoshingle.com. Alright, so the reason I'm teaching you to shingle is because it's a very easy job, and shingling companies roughly are probably going to charge you $2,000 to $4,000 depending on the size of your roof. It's a good time. Helps you get all your buddies together and help you save money. So first of all, I'm going to tell you a few items you will need. Many of you will probably already have these items as well. First off, you're going to need quite a few hammers. You're going to need a Swanson speed square. This is for marking the shingles, making sure they're at a 90-degree angle, so that way they line up with all the other shingles. You're also going to need a utility knife. If you look real closely, those are hook blades, and they make life a lot easier with that hook to cut shingles versus the straight blade. The next item is a chalk line. Many of you may not actually have seen this item. How to use it is it's got a metal hook. You're going to hook one side of the roof, have somebody go all the way down to the other side, pull it tight, and then you're going to have, while someone's pulling this chalk line tight, someone will put a finger in the middle of the roof and snap the line, let go, swap fingers, and swap the other line, and you will have a nice uniform chalk line on your roof. The reason you want a chalk line is make sure that your shingles are going straight, and that way they will match up on the top of the roof. Okay? And the next item is just a standard tape measure. This is a nice tape measure because it has a locking feature. When you pull it out, you press the button for it to come in. I like this tape measure over just a standard tape measure. All right, and then you can either hand nail all these shingles, or you can get a roofing nailer. I highly recommend the roofing nailer because you can probably get the job done probably 3 times faster than doing it yourself. For shingling, you're at least going to want probably 3 to 4 guys. You're going to have one guy nailing, one guy setting. He's going to set all the shingles for you, and then you're probably going to have 1 to 2 cutters cutting the shingles and bringing them up. You're going to have one guy, essentially a gopher, pulling shingles for you out of the package and bringing them to you, fixing the air hose or whatnot. So if you have a kid, probably that'd be a good job for him. All right, so you're going to determine what type of shingles you want to go with. They have 25 to 30 year shingles, all different types of shingles. This shingle right here, they make 2 different types of shingles that I'm aware of. This is more of a shadowed feature, and it doesn't really matter if these tabs won't line up or whatnot, but they make the standard shingles that every other shingle they line up, and you do a lot of chalk lining to get them to line up. And this is a lot easier for a beginner crew, just because you don't have to worry about matching them up so well. All right. All right. One other thing I'm going to discuss is the bottom edge is called the eave, and the roof that goes up is called the rake. So I will probably say those 2 words a few times. All right. All right. So if you are starting from scratch building a new house, you will already have a clean slate and you will have plywood. If you are reshingling, you're going to have to pull off the old shingles. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, they have roofing shingles removers. They're pretty much like a shingle, and they have grooves on the bottom just to help get underneath those nails. You're going to pry underneath the shingle and just pry up. It's very easy to remove. You probably want to buy 2 or 3 of them to expedite the process. It's going to be very messy because you're pulling all the shingles off and throwing them down on the ground. So it's going to be you're going to need a cleanup crew. All right. So once you have your clean slate of plywood, you're going to lay your drip edge. It kind of looks, It's all flat. It's got a little bit of rough bumps on the top of it, and then it comes down. It's what covers your fascia to the side of the roof, and then it sits on top of the roof as well. So you want to nail the eave first on the bottom. Again, the bottom is the eave. You want to nail that down first, and you're going to cut it with tin snips. That's another item you're going to need as well. So once you got the eave done, you're going to run the rake sides, full sides. The reason you're going to lay the eaves first is because that way it overlaps the eave uh, ridge. That way the water don't get in there. Okay. So once you have that done, you're going to grab weather guard. This is pretty beat up. It's been in my yard for my landlord, but this is what it looks like. So you're going to grab again, not weather guard, this is tar paper. You're going to grab your tar paper, you're going to go all the way to the end of the roof, make sure this is even with the rake, and you're going to, one guy's going to hold it, the other guy's going to roll it all the way down the roof. And once that's done, you're going to put, there's nails, they're called button caps, they have circular things on top of the nail. You're going to tack the left corner, make sure it's exactly flush with the bottom eave, and then somebody will go ahead and tack one all the way down the other side of the roof, making sure it's straight. So once you got that done, you're going to put a few more button caps in the middle. That way, if you walk on it, it doesn't pull off and tear or whatever. So that way it's secure. So once you're done with that, you're going to grab the remaining, go all the way up to the top. You want this white line. It's about 1.5 inches. You want to overlap. You're going to overlap your tar paper, tack the top, run it all the way down, make sure it's flush with this white line, and then you'll tack the other side. And then you're just going to repeat this until the whole roof is covered with tar paper, okay? Now I mentioned weather guard. Weather guard, what that is if you come across the valley, it pretty much kind of looks like this, and it's about this wide as well as the tar paper, but it's a little bit more durable. So you're going to run the weather guard. It's just, again, it's all like this. It doesn't have the shingle effect, and it has blue paper. You'll pull the blue paper off and just essentially just put it right inside the valley. Step on it if you need to, and then remove both sides of the blue, making sure it's tacky. And it's going to be pretty tacky, so once that blue paper is off, it will stick very well. Okay, so once that's done, you're going to start your starter strips. Starter strips are made out of a regular shingle. What I do is I flip it over, and I'm going to grab my hook blade electric knife and just cut all the way down this line, and then you have your starter strip. Okay, it's going to look like this. Okay, this bottom part is an adhesive. You're going to remove this. That way it sticks. That way if there's high weather, high winds, or weather, tornado weather or whatnot, it should stick and be pretty durable. So you're going to run this all the way across the eave. You're going to go all the way to the end of your roof and just lay it all the way across, even with the eave again. Okay? The reason you do this is because making sure water don't get under there, and you need something to start with. Okay? So this is a starter strip. You're going to run these all the way down, the roof. Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and cut your shingles. You're going to start with a full shingle and lay it down. All right, and then you're going to mark out 10 inches. You'll have a 10-inch piece, and then the other piece will be 30 because the shingle is 40 inches. So you're going to go ahead and reverse these and find your 30-inch shingle. You're going to nail your full shingle down, making sure it's flush with your eave, and lay that down. Right here, this white line is the nail line, and just below it, that's going to be the shingle line where you want to match up. Okay. Once that's matched up, your roof will look very how it's supposed to. All right, so you're going to nail your full shingle, lay down your 30 shingle, go ahead and nail it. You want to look up codes. Some states may require 5 nails, some may require 6 or only 4. So you want to look in to see your state codes for shingling as well. So you got your 30. You're going to lay your 20 down, making sure it's flush with the rake. Go ahead and nail it. Pop, pop, pop. It's easy. Then you're going to grab your 10-inch piece, Lay it over your 20. You're going to nail that. Pop, pop. All right. So once that's done, you already started your shingling. Now you're going to grab full shingles, and you're just going to lay them down, matching up with all the other shingles and making sure you're on that shingle line. You're going to get to the other end, and you're going to have to cut. So that's basically the how to shingle. It's very easy, and it's cost effective just to do it yourself. I highly recommend it. It'll help you interact with your buddies, work with your buddies, and get off that couch. All right? I hope you learned something today. Thank you.